I will now ask Nancy the question of what are some key points to think about to gain awareness? So Nancy, I would love to hear what's in your heart. Please take it away.
This is so great talking about awareness. As an intentional living coach, it is all about knowing yourself and understanding who you are, how you're wired, so that you can make the choices and decisions in your life that are going to make you happy, leave you feeling fulfilled. So when you're thinking about awareness, it's important to step outside yourself and look in. You want to become an observer of your own behaviors, your own patterns. You want to think about your life experiences. Everyone brings different things to the table. So you want to kind of become a student of yourself, all the way from when you were a child up until now. Think about how your experiences have shaped you. And that way, once you can evaluate that, you can kind of connect the dots with things. I want to talk a little bit about triggers. And I'm going to share with you a very personal story for me that helped me identify something that was life-changing for me. Excuse me. So you want to think about your triggers when you're feeling angry, upset, scared, frustrated. When you can identify the source of those, it is very helpful. And it could be from a small incident. It could be from something that happened in childhood or high school or college. It may be years of being in an abusive relationship. It might be your first job, your first marriage, whatever it is. You want to reflect on your family relationships, your personal relationships, your career choices. And again, to gain awareness, consider whether you've made certain choices out of fear or out of expectations of others, perhaps. The next time you feel triggered, you can use it to become self-aware. You can take the time to sit with your emotions. As Jay just said, when you're in it and you're feeling all the things, sometimes you really want to escape, and that's totally normal. And that's a choice a lot of people make. But when you finish doing that thing, nothing's changed. So by sitting with the feelings and the emotions and thinking and reflecting, it can get you the awareness you need so that going forward, you can bring your best self to going forward. So you want to pay attention to what's happening to you, what's happening inside of you, what's coming up for you. Where's this pain or this anger or this frustration coming from? So I'm going to share a story. This was a while back. I have two teenagers, and I had called a family meeting to talk about chores and picking up after yourself, things that normal families do and things that we struggle with kids a lot. So I wanted to have a meeting. I'm sitting at the table with my son and my daughter. My son likes to be the center of attention, and he likes to kind of make little jokes. So he was making little jokes and little noises, trying to make my daughter laugh, making funny faces as I was talking. The first time I asked him nicely to please stop it. He kept going. I asked him again to please stop it, and he didn't. And then as he kept going, I lost it. I completely lost it. I stood up. I don't even remember what I said. I got up, I stormed away from the table, and I started stomping up the stairs. I wasn't even halfway up the stairs, and tears were streaming down my face. And I got into my bedroom. I slammed the door, of course, and I sat down on my bed. And I knew it was an important moment. And I sat and I thought about, why am I so upset? Like, I am bawling. I can't stop crying. It seems a little bit overreactive, right? So I went through all the reasons why I was upset. He should be listening to me. He's completely disrespectful. My son's a pain in the butt. Why doesn't he listen to me? This is ridiculous. Why don't they listen to me? And then it came out. I feel invisible. Ouch. And I stopped myself. I was like, what? I feel invisible. I feel like I'm not here, like I'm not being seen, like I'm not being heard, like I don't exist. And when that hit me and I acknowledged that, I connected the dots for me. You see, when I was a teenager, I experienced a trauma. A family secret came out, and I learned that my father was not the person who I was told it was. And as a result of that, when I was 14 years old, my grandparents, who I loved dearly and had a close relationship with, they disowned me. And they decided that I didn't exist anymore. Lots of deep breaths here, right? It's trauma I'm still processing through. And I've only recently in the past couple of years realized how this has affected so much of my life and how it has shown up in so many different spaces. That's why this realization was gold for me. It made me realize that I have a very strong need to be acknowledged, to be validated, so that other people let me know that I am seen, to be seen. This is the thing. Our triggers are needs that are not being met. They're needs that are not being filled. And we can go around life and blame everyone else for being disrespectful or not doing this or not doing that. But until we identify the need in us that is not being filled, only then can we figure out how to work with that awareness, right? Because this is part of how I'm wired. You know, I used to think I was broken, but I want to say you're not broken. You don't need fixing. You just have to figure out how you're wired. And then you can figure out how to get those needs met in a healthy manner. So I used that information to go and talk to my kids, to apologize to them, to say, you know, number one, yes, it's important to respect your mother and respect adults and pay attention. But at the same time, I was triggered because this happened to me and this is what I'm dealing with. So the awareness is a tool that you can take into all your interactions, into any situation. Because I know for me, this could come up at any time. You know, it might show up if I go to a work meeting or if I'm in an interaction with my child's teacher. If I have to call the cable company to ask why the bill is so damn high this month, right? I might feel like I'm not being heard. And now that I have this awareness, I can tell myself, take a deep breath. This is your trauma talking. You're safe. It's okay. You don't need to get upset. So again, the awareness is a tool, just like Jay said earlier. It is a tool so that you can give yourself what you need and you can bring your best self to all the interactions in your life. So when we seek to understand and get to know yourself and accept yourself, the good, the bad, and the ugly, that's going to help you be a better person for the future. All right. Thank you so much. I'm going to hand it back to Jodi.